Hey guys, I just wanted to say like a few quick words about the news about Jeffree and Nate's breakup. And I just want to start off by saying like I am not a gossip channel. I'm not trying to be a gossip channel. However, if there's something major going on like this, I'm going to speak on it. And especially if it involves Jeffree, because I mean, what drama doesn't involve Jeffree, honestly? I mean, it's Jeffree. But I do want to say that I understand what happened between them, and I support both of them. Like, I'm not mad at either one. I'm not taking any kind of sides because there are no sides here. Basically, if you guys haven't watched the video, they just kind of grew apart, and they got to a point where they realized that, like, while they still love each other, they're no longer in love with each other. And like, honestly, that sometimes is like the hardest thing that you can even have to do in a relationship, is realize that you're no longer in the same place. And I mean, they were together for 5 years, and like, they got together before Jeffree really like launched his brand. He kind of like, he was popular on MySpace, and then he started like kind of transitioning to YouTube videos and doing tutorials and stuff like that. So like, he did have like somewhat of a following, but it wasn't nearly like what it is now. You know what I mean? So like, in that time, like, his brand launched, his following grew, and like, they've both had so much growth just in that little 5 year time that it's easy to grow apart, but like not realize that you've grown apart. You know what I mean? Like, their lives are so busy. They have so much going on. Like, Jeffrey's constantly like launch, 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 So I think they just didn't really have time to like sit down and realize like what was going on with them. And then, you add in Nate's grandpa died tragically, unexpectedly. The loss of their two dogs, Jeffrey's mom's health, Jeffrey's grandma's health. Like, they had so much going on in their personal lives that like they were so busy like with Jeffrey's like business and everything, and that they didn't have time to process everything. And I feel like, like Jeffree especially didn't have time to process everything because it's his life, but like, Nate's just kind of there. Like, I mean, he has his own stuff that he does, but like, like, I feel like he had more time to process everything than Jeffree did. And I feel like he is probably the one that realized that they're not in the same spot. Because, I mean, they're saying it's a mutual breakup, but mutual breakups are never 100% mutual. You know what I mean? Like, there's always someone that's like, oh, we're ending this. Like, like, it's never like, hey, we should end this. Yeah, I agree, we should end this. Like, there's always someone that's kind of caught a little off guard by it. And I feel like that was Jeffree. Like, honestly. And, like a few months ago, Nate deleted all of his social media accounts, and everyone was like, oh, Jeffree made him. Like, no, Jeffree didn't make him do anything. He never wanted the attention. Like, if you watch him in the videos, he's super awkward and, like, gets off camera as fast as he can. Like, he doesn't want the attention. He never wanted the attention. And I feel like a lot of, like, internet trolls were, like, sending all kinds of, like, messages to him and, like, this and that and blah. And that's probably why he wanted to delete his social media accounts. Like, he didn't want that. And, Jeffree supported him in that, which is great. But I don't think either of them really had, like, a scope of, like, how much everything was affecting them. And, I think Nate kind of was, like, taking steps back from everything, and Jeffree was so busy that he didn't notice. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel like that went down. And they finally had to sit down and talk about it and come to the conclusion that, their lives are no longer in the same place that they were. This is no longer working. We need to focus on ourselves and give this a break. And that's what they're doing. And I support them both in that. Because honestly, like, so much happened just in 2019 alone for Jeffree. Like, he needs time to process all of that. Like, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, the break-in, losing two of his dogs who were like his babies, like, I mean, so much. And then like the whole Shane launch, and I mean just like the end of 2019 was insane for him alone. So like he needs time to process all of that. Nate needs time to process everything that's going on with him. Like they almost lost his brother recently. So a lot is happening. A lot is happening all at once. It's really making them like step back and question their lives and where they are with their lives and like what they want out of their lives, you know? And like it's hard. It's hard to admit that. It's hard to do that. You know, like it's so easy, especially when you've been in a relationship for that long with someone, even if like you feel like you're just going through the motions, it's so easy to just be like, well, it's like this right now, but it's going to change. It's going to get different, and like you just stay there. Even though you're not 100% happy, you figure, well, no one's 100% happy all the time. Like there's rough patches, you know, but like they've had their rough patches, you know? Like it's sometimes it's just a rough patch, and sometimes it's just like an unhealthy thing and you need to get out of it. And I feel like that's probably where they were. Like, you know, Jeffree's brand isn't going to slow down. The social media stuff, not going to stop. So, you know, as hard as it is to realize that that's where their relationship was and where things were going, I'm glad that they were able to step back and see that that's no longer, you know, a healthy relationship, and that they're both happy in their relationship, and to be able to kind of step away from each other and it not be ugly, you know? Like there's a lot of love there. Like he said in his video, Nate's welcome to come over anytime. They're not going to have a custody battle over the dogs, you know? Like they're still friendly. And like the fact that like he had to show on his like Snapchat story that Nate was at his house watching the dogs because people were reporting that Nate was at another woman's house. You know, and like the fact that like members of his family who never even met Nathan were trying to sell like lies to gossip magazines and like, you know, gossip channels and stuff like that for money, just trying to cash in on like what was happening and like the drama and all the speculations and stuff. That's so sad. Like, you know, here are these two hearts who are broken and trying to heal, and they're having to realize that they're not working together anymore. And then you add in all of these other things. Like, can we not just let them heal? Can we not just let them live their lives and realize like what they need to do to get where they want to be in their lives? Like, my heart goes out to both of them. Like honestly, like it's hard enough to like come to the decision to break off a relationship like that, but then to have all these other factors coming in that are just ridiculous, and you shouldn't have to deal with them. Like normal people don't have to deal with them. But being so involved in social media, being like so open about his life, like Jeffree feels like he has to tell everything. You know, like he said a couple times in his video, like, I feel like I owe it to you guys to tell you blah, blah, blah. I'm like, baby boy, you don't owe us a thing. It is not our business. It's your life. Like, we, the fans, were concerned. We just wanted to know that you were okay. But he didn't have to tell us in detail what was going on with him and Nathan. Like, we aren't owed anything. Anyone who feels like they were owed something can get over themselves. It's not our life. He's living his life. You know? Like, that made me so mad. Like, honestly. You know, I get that he does share a lot of his life with us, which is great. But he doesn't owe anything to us about his, like, very personal matters in his life. Like, give us a brief overview, fine. We don't need to know details. We don't need to know exactly, like, when things started going bad, what happened, like, why you, like, no. No. You don't owe us a thing, Jeffree. You don't owe us a thing about your personal life, honey. That's all your business. It's not our business. You know? Like, even the fans who, like, you canceled on the European tour, like they may feel like they are owed an explanation, but like honestly, they're not. Like, you canceled for personal reasons that kept you from flying. Your mental health is a personal reason for not being able to travel out of the country. If you're not mentally able to deal with throngs of people, like, you can't put yourself in that situation. And I totally get that. Like, who wants to do that? You know, like, I had to work like right after like burying my uncle and burying my dad, and like I was crying, I was emotionally unstable, but I had to get a paycheck. So, you know, like, I get it, you know, like, I get that. And, you know, anyone who feels like he should have still done it, and, you know, like, they're mad that he canceled or anything, get over yourself. Like, get over yourself. Like, have you ever been in a 5-year relationship where you shared everything about your life with someone, and then you just come to a realization suddenly that they're no longer in your life? Like, you're gonna tell me that you're gonna like go smile in front of thousands of people and put on a brave face? No, you're not. You're gonna cry alone in a bedroom for like days. That's what you're gonna do, okay? So some of y'all need to calm down. That's all I'm gonna say. But again, I 100% understand where they're coming from, and I just want to give them both my support. And I hope that all of you will too. Like, let them just figure out what they're trying to do with their lives right now. We aren't owed a thing from them. We're not. Okay? We're not. Get over yourselves. Let them heal. Okay? Let's show love and support to Jeffree and to each other. Okay? That's what I want. That's what 2020 is going to be about. Okay? Self-love, loving others. Let's all be positive, happy little beings, okay? I'm going to sign off now. I will have a video up on Monday like normal. This is just kind of a little bonus video because I have to speak on this. Like, I have to. It's Jeffree, and there was too many things going on for me to not talk about this. I mean, can you imagine having a mother who is like, I don't know if she's terminally ill, but like she is really ill. And like I say in my video that you're going to see Monday, like I was kind of hoping that like the big thing that like no one knew like what was going on was that like his mom was just like had a spout, like maybe she's like hospitalized or something, but like she's going to be okay, was what I was hoping had happened. But unfortunately, that was not the case. I mean, not unfortunately that his mother was not ill, but you know what I mean? Like, I was hoping that it was going to be something that like everyone would recover from, but unfortunately, it was the end of a beautiful relationship. And I really hope that like maybe someday, throwing this out there, universe, they come back together. Because I really do feel like they had such a strong relationship, such a strong bond with each other. Like, they're never gonna not care about each other. And who knows, like maybe someday, like their lives will fit back together again. I hope. But, people saying that like his mom had died or that his grandma had died, and like, and not just like, you know, random people just shooting their mouth off, but like actual like gossip channels and like people like literally like reporting that that had happened as like a fact. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. Like, if you don't know the facts, don't shoot your mouth off. Basically. Like, why? Why would you? Why would you do that? I don't understand people. I just really don't. I really don't. Like, I mean, I'm kind of shooting my mouth off, but like, I'm not, you know, stating anything as facts that aren't actually facts. And if I don't know the actual facts, I'm saying, this is what I think happened. Everyone deserves to be happy, you know? And if they're not happy together anymore, then they made the right decision. Sad as it is, but that's all I have to say now. Signing off for real, I promise. Stay tuned. Like I said, I'll have a video up Monday, which kind of touches on this, but it's kind of just like a, Jeffree hasn't been on social media for a while. I don't know what's going on. Well, I'll let you know when I find out. Well, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know what happened, and I'm letting you know my opinion on it. And I would love for you guys to sound off below. Let me know what your opinion is. But again, I love both of them. I hope that only good things happen for them from here on out. And I'm looking forward to what 2020 will bring for the rest of us.